I'm Mason Mount. You're listening to the London is Blue podcast.
So let's kick it off right away. We've got minutes or tactical issues is the first one up. So M. McAden, I'm just taking a gamble on that one. It says, about the poor second half performance, how much would you credit the amount of minutes played midweek versus other factors like Leicester making adjustments and Chelsea really not coping with them? Shoopy3 asking, was this just tired legs or were we legit outplayed by Leicester? Also, why didn't Frank adjust when the match got away from us? And it did. It did get away from us. We were very fortunate to leave with the point. And then Logan W saying, do you still think Chelsea are getting unlucky? They had tons of chances in the first half and were by far the dominant team. They could have been up 3 or more. At this point, does it come down to them not being fit enough or tactical enough? Nick, in your thoughts and kind of in your impressions now, you've had an extra day to let it absorb. A lot of people want to know, is it fatigue versus tactics at this point?
Probably a little bit of both. I mean, I think it was, what you saw against Liverpool was like full concentration, full tactical awareness for the most part for 120 minutes. And I think we played a very good game against Liverpool. I think we came on our show and we're really proud of the performance and how the team came out and showed up. In this game, you saw that for about 25 minutes. And then you saw, Dan, some of the same tactical errors, open back line at the end of the game, some of the same stuff you saw against United. So it just, between the tired legs, which clearly will play a part, and the mental fatigue at the end of the game, they just didn't perform their absolute best. And that, I think, is probably a combination of a lot of things.
Yeah, if I have to break it out into a percentage to really answer the true question, I would say 60% tiredness, fatigue, and then 40% down to tactics. Because I think to try and execute the tactics, you need to be able to run at the opposition for more than 15, 20 minutes. And as we started to get a little bit more tired, as we started to show signs of fading in our kind of standards, in our ability to connect with passes, ability to maintain our lines, that's when things really started to go off the deep end. And so I think with a fit team heading into Norwich this weekend, Brandon, I would imagine that we will look a little sharper than we did, and that should allow us to execute on the tactics a little bit more.
Exactly. I think it's a combination, right? When we were fresh, we were executing exactly how Frank wanted. I mean, he talked about that. It's when we got fatigued. Again, I put a lot of weight into the fact that we played 120 minutes in Istanbul. If you listened to part 1, you probably heard me ranting about it there. So to me, I think that's a big one. But, M. McAden, I think credit should be given to Brendan Rodgers and Leicester. I mean, they weathered that storm early on, and then they did make tactical adjustments and were able to, have a different impression on the match, especially in the second half. And I think that has something to do with it. Now, I think I read somewhere, someone asked if Lampard got outmanaged by Rodgers. I don't know if that's the case. It was probably easier to make tactical changes for Brendan Rodgers. He's been in the job longer than Frank. He has a fresher squad. Frank has a much shallower bench at this point, less people to call on. Like, I actually have some empathy for that in that sense. And I just think that, obviously tactics and fitness go hand in hand, but I wouldn't go so far as saying like Lampard got outclassed or anything by Rodgers or anything like that. Statistics show at the end of the match, it was extremely 50-50 split down the middle. So that's kind of where I'm at.
And Leicester are a good team. They are not an amazing team, but they are a good team. And good teams have shown an ability across the league in the last 1 to 2 seasons that a good team can be ultra competitive with even what we would classify as the top 4, top 6 teams in the Premier League. It is not absolutely this gaping chasm of talent anymore. It's not.
Competition's good.